I know. Um, Back to this. So what I'd like to do now is to take, yes, the gallery again. I'm so sorry, but this is built, so we're gonna layer some functionality on top of this. So my goal here is to take this JavaScript that I've written to create a filterable gallery and apply it to this. I have not tested this yet, and I haven't really. I mean, I've done a little bit of testing. Uh, I'll pull this over here. So what I've done is, uh, yeah, hopefully I'm going to make the move to Ghostbusters soon. But this is kind of a proof of concept that I've been working on, and it's a little bit different than I don't even know if you saw that because of the way I was recording. But anyway, we're going to move to Ghostbusters images here in the next few videos. But for right now, we're going to revisit The Empire Strikes Back one more time, maybe two, um, to make this a filterable gallery. So a few things are going to need to happen. First of all, we're going to have to change. Let's see. What page was that? Was that the about page? Yeah. So we're going to need to change the way that the gallery works. Now, if you remember from the not last video before last, maybe I'll put a link in the description. This is a pattern, a WordPress pattern, and it feeds off of the current page gallery. So this is an advanced custom field. So, but we need to change it a little bit because of the way the categories work. And I'm going to kind of walk through that. Okay, page gallery fields. So we're going to create a new repeater field. And we're going to call it, let me pull up my cheat stuff over here. No, that is, wait, hang on. No. Cancel. Sorry, dual monitors causing all kinds of grief. Okay, where filter gallery fields? Is this it? Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, sorry, I'm looking at my cheat site over here, or the one I've been practicing with. So a repeater, and we're going to call it not Valerie. We're going to call this gallery images, but we're going to name it filter gallery. Now this is the meta key name that we'll refer to. Okay, now we need some fields in the repeater, and the first one is, big surprise, it is an image, and we're just going to call it image, and we're going to, I think, return the array. Yeah, we like that. I'm going to leave that as is, and now we're going to add. Okay, here's where it gets not ideal. I worked with this. I wanted to do checkboxes. I wanted to do taxonomies. I want to do something more effective than what we're going to do here, but it works. And my goal was to show you a way to do it without having to delve into PHP. I know we've written all the JavaScript, but my hope is that you can just take this chunk of JavaScript and kind of use your advanced custom fields or whatever custom field mojo you're using, and then your GeneratePress element, or again, whatever, GenerateBlocks, to build a layout without having to do PHP. So we're going to do it this way, and it's going to be a text field. And we'll put in some, let's see, we'll call it category text. Yeah, that's fine. And let's see, for the presentation, yeah, so the placeholder, it's going to look like this. And we can say separate category names with a pipe character. Yep. Okay, and then the settings. Yeah. So this is just going to be an additional field to the page gallery. So, oh, wait, actually, let's call this page filterable. Is that right? Gallery. Yeah. So we'll save that. And let's quickly jump over to, wait, no, I already have this. So let's just do this. And filterable gallery. There we go. Okay. So again, this is less than ideal. Okay. Let's just pull everything except for the weapons. Let's leave those out. And yeah, see, I tried it here too, but there's not a good way in GenerateBlocks to pull in meta field data from a media item, because media items are stored differently. They're not just a post type, just FYI. And did you know that you can do that with a repeater field? I did not until I started tinkering with this. Okay, I'm not sure how to do the categories. Maybe we can do it like this. We'll do the characters that appear. I'm not spelling Princess Leia right. I don't know. So I'm going to fill these in. I'm going to pause it, fill these in so you don't have to watch me, and then we'll come back. Okay, so I filled in all the categories. Now, this is where it is less than ideal, because all of the spelling, the naming, all that has to be the same. If we just had a list of checkboxes, beautiful. There's less room for user error. And I may do another video where we just jump off into PHP and we do all this via code, so we can do it exactly the way we want it, because ideally we want it to be, we want to focus on the user, the editor of the site. We want to make this crazy easy for them, and we'll take care of the hard stuff. That is the idea. We're the web developers. This is not the easiest way, but it does work. So we're going to explore it just because. So now I've saved this. We need to modify, or maybe we could duplicate this. Maybe we could duplicate this so we have both, because I don't want to ruin that. So let's first detach it. And now let's create a pattern and call it, I wish I knew what I can't remember what the gallery, the pattern names are. Sorry. Let's go to appearance design and let's look. Patterns, page gallery block, page filter gallery block. And we'll just leave it at that. Media, sure. And it's going to be synced. We want it to be synced. So now we're going to add. Okay, now we're going to edit the original. And let's go back and let's see, because we're going to be changing some things. All of this is going to kind of stay the same for the most part. So now, what the heck? Okay. Yeah, field groups. I already can't remember the name of the friggin', okay, filter gallery. I should have called it page filter gallery. Is that right? Is that right? Page gallery. So if I rename that now, it's going to go away. So yeah, I get a little OCD about that stuff. For now, it's okay. Okay, so loop item. That's okay. Okay, now key URL. This is where alt text is. Look at that. That's not going to, I don't think that, you know what? I think we discovered that you don't even need the post meta, because, let's see. Oh, you know what? It's going to lose that caption, I think. Okay, let's go back. So something is amiss. Blank. Okay, so give me just a second. I'm going to try to figure it out and be right back. Okay, I'm back. So it turns out that I had some stuff that was causing things not to appear. But for one, you do need the key name. So for example, I needed image, which was the name of the field within our repeater. So I did need that. So I went and filled that in everywhere that we are pulling things. For example, the image URL that makes the lightbox work. And so now that that's working, we're going to, we need to fill in our data attributes. So if we refer back to our gallery, each image, let's see, needs this data categories with the category name. So where am I? So let's do, and it has to be on the loop item, not the image itself, but on the wrapper around it, which in our case is a figure element. Yeah. So let's do data categories, and we're going to fill it with this category text. So we should still be able to do, let's see if I can just do it, loop item key. I've already forgotten what to call it. Category text. Category underscore text. I don't need anything particular, but we do want to say required is false, just in case. And I think that is it. We're going to click the checkbox to make sure that it's added. Okay, let's save and let's take a peek at our gallery and see if it is populating. Okay, figure data categories. Yay, look at there. Okay, so now the magic begins, and now it gets a little more complicated because this is not, well, let's keep this open because we're going to need to refer to the way that it's built and what class names are used. Okay, so let's jump over to our child theme. Okay, so you can add this, I think, with any, code snippet plugin or whatever. I'm doing this to my child theme. Here is my JavaScript. So I'm going to jump back over to CodePen. Where's CodePen? And let's, you know what? I'm just going to copy this whole thing. Now I've made some updates to this to improve it. And we have a lot more options that we're going to go through and cross our fingers. Let's go down to the very bottom of my file. I'm going to just paste this whole darn thing. But so there's the function. Now let's take this bit and let's go back up here. And I don't know if you need it in this. I have this little event listener for the window so that when everything is loaded, then it will run all of the functions that I've specified, formatted. Okay, here's where we can fill in our categories. I'm sorry, our filter options. So, well, let me go down to the bottom here. So let's see. We need to do gallery class. We need to do all of these. Or we don't need to do category button. We need to do these top three. So, okay, I'm going to do this just to make it easier. Let me pull this over to my other window so I can refer to this while I type. Jump back over here. Okay, we don't need to reset the category delimiter. It is okay. But let's set the gallery class to be, what does it need to be? Because it is the outermost container. Here we go. So that. Okay, and I've changed it so you don't need the period for the class name. Just give it the class. Gallery items class. What does that need to be? It just needs to be gallery. Gallery. I think that'll do the trick. And lastly, we need, well, yeah, let's category filter buttons. Is that it? Filter buttons class. Let's do that as GPC category filters. So that is the wrapper for the buttons that are going to be created. Alrighty. So right out of the gate, I think we can see that doesn't do anything. Okay, reading split. Okay, just a second. I'll be right back. Okay, I had done this wrong. So we need to change one of our class names in our options. So I had mistakenly, yeah, it is not gallery. For the gallery items, not the wrapper, but the items. So that means the class of each one of these individual names, which is GPC media item. Sorry, GPC gallery media item. So once we do that, looky there. Okay, it's still not going to work. You saw him fade in and out because the classes were applied, but the correct hidden class. So see that there? When that hidden class is applied to that, it should hide itself. So let's jump over. No, I was already there. Okay. So let's see that. So let's take that and paste it in there, and we have nothing. Did we get the whole thing? And let's create it. And we're just going to leave it blank for now. And we're going to add a new selector. It's going to be compound. So that means that it is within the same element. Hidden. Okay. So I think hidden is just, sorry, I'm looking over here at this. Yeah, it's just display none. So let's create that. And where layout, display none. Okay, so when there you go. That's exactly what it looks like. So if you're writing the CSS, that's what your selector would look like. So let's save that. And now, boy, that is that's a beautiful thing. Oh my gosh, I couldn't be happier. It actually works. And we're just under 20 minutes. So now what about this? So styling this. Yes, we do need to style that. How do we do that? Well, that's a good question. Let's go back to, let's go to a page. And we're going to, let's see, not components. Let's do this. Let's just go to about. And right here above our gallery, we're going to mimic the layout of this. So we need to create GPC category filters. So let's create a container. It's going to be an unordered list. And what should it be called? GPC category filters. So I'm going to paste that in there, create it. And we can start blank. And this, first of all, it is a list, and we want it to be a list style type of none. It's going to remove all those bullets and stuff, and we need to adjust the spacing. So I'm going to do 2 rims on top, 2 rims on the bottom, and for the left side, we want 0. And wanting you to notice, see how it goes from top to the measurement or unit, and then it jumps to right. You might think it should jump over to left. So when you're writing CSS and you want to write the shorthand version, the values are top, right, bottom, left, going from left to right. Anyway, just a little nerdy CSS note. And actually, side note, I want to do a video or maybe a series of how you can actually learn CSS. I know a lot of people complain that the new version of GenerateBlocks is more difficult. It is more complicated, but man, you get a lot of power. It does help if you know CSS already, but if you don't, this is a great way to learn. It absolutely is. You just have to be patient, spend a little time with it. But I might touch on that. Anyway, back to the gallery. So yes, we have that. Let's see. Why does it appear to have... Okay, well, anyway, so let's create another container item that is a list element. Oh, the parent. Okay, GPC category filters is we want it to be flex. Yes, we want it to be flex. And let's go to flex layout, and we want to add some space in between, just 1 rim and 1 rim for the row gap. Now this means it's separate. Oh, and we do want it to wrap. So if our buttons ever grow to be too long for the width of the container that they're within, they're going to wrap to the next line. And this means there's going to be 1 rim of space in between each element. And if it wraps, it's going to have 1 rim of space vertically between the rows. I think, let's see, list item. Okay, and now we need a button. What do our buttons look like? Button, category button. And we can actually rename the, we can adjust the name of the category button if we wish. And maybe we do wish. It is a button. It's going to take on the styling from GenerateBlocks. We'll just leave it be for now. Well, we could do that. Could do that. No. I know what we're going to do. So if we get category button, because we need to make a class for active as well. So let's do category button, clone. Ooh, do we want to do button secondary? We'll do primary. Okay, so now we need to create another selector that is compound, and we're going to add active to it, so that when you click the button, it's going to give us that active state. And what I've been doing is just making the font weight bold, just to show you what happens. I guess we could, yeah, let's just do that for now. Okay, we're going to save that so those classes are built into it. And let's see what happens. Okay, that's our little placeholder we're using for styling. And now you can see how those work. And this is what I mean by that wrapping. All right, guys. Boy, I know we had a couple little hiccups there, but I'm more than pleased about how that worked out. Okay, now we can remove this and we keep that styling. So I think I'll end it there. Now, one quick thing. I did discover that, or it crossed my mind that, oh, did I not save the page? Sorry. The gallery is technically not accessible. I even tried keyboard. You can kind of see how it's getting rounded. So there's no command to, or there's no event listener for these buttons that responds to a keyboard event, specifically the enter key. It does respond to a click or even a touch. But yeah, I would need to address that, and I probably will. And also, well, for one thing, I need to look and see how visually impaired people, like, honestly, someone who cannot see, would they even benefit from a gallery, or should I just hide the whole thing? I hope that's not offensive, but I honestly don't know. So I would imagine there needs to be some ARIA, at the very least, some ARIA attributes to indicate that this is active and that these images are visible and the others are hidden. So maybe an ARIA hidden true, ARIA hidden false for the, or rather for the figure elements that are hiding or showing. Yeah, hidden. I don't know, but that's for another video. I'm going to end it here because now we're creeping up on 30 minutes and I'm very sorry. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day, which is tomorrow. Am I posting this tomorrow or am I posting this now? It's currently the day before. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helps. Maybe we'll expand on it even further and really dig into some PHP to get the back end maintenance and management of a filterable gallery the way I'd rather have it. That's more easy for our editors, or easier for our editors. Most easy, more easier. So like, subscribe, please. Let me know what you think. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care. See you next time.